Oh my god. Captain America Civil War. Captain America Civil War is the second movie in the Captain America franchise directed by the Russo brothers, and it's the direct sequel to Winter Soldier, and it's basically Avengers 2.5. I say that, and a lot of other people say that because it has basically all the Avengers characters in this movie. Well, almost all of them, and it's basically a halfway point in between. And the basic conflict of the movie is basically that the government, they're basically looking at worldwide events and saying, maybe we should put a leash on those guys. Maybe they don't need to be completely unrestrained. Maybe they need to answer to somebody or someone other than themselves. And on one side of the issue, you have Captain America, who basically says we shouldn't do that because we can do things safer and better than anyone else. And on the other hand, you have Iron Man, who basically says we need to be put in check, we're a little too dangerous, and if we do that, we're no better than the bad guys we fight. And that's where everything clashes. Everything collides and personalities mix and things just don't go well. Well, first of all, I have to give props to the fact that it definitely shows both sides of the issue. It's not a black and white thing. You have some good on this side, you have some bad on that side, and vice versa. You have bad ideas and you have good ideas on the other side, and there's definitely a whole lot of gray in the mix. And they don't just tell it to you, they show it to you. They show all kinds of ways in which this can be looked at. Coming into this movie, it's pretty clear whether you want to be Team Cap or Team Iron Man, but the more you think about it, the more you realize it's not that simple. It's not as easy as it looks. I'll tell you in my spoiler review exactly whose side I'm on, but right now, let's just say that it's not as clear as you might think, although one side is a bit more sympathetic than the other. I read the comic book story that this movie was loosely based on, and even though a lot of people have criticized it for being badly written and just full of holes and not as good as it could have been, I definitely like seeing it brought to life. It definitely takes the comic book issues and straightens them out a bit in the movie, and you definitely see that. Another way to see that is that there's really no villain per se in this movie. Well, there is a villain, but he's not the villain. The main villain is each other in a weird sense, but the villain per se is just kind of in the background. And that's what I like about this movie, is that not everything is as easy as it seems. All these characters we've grown to know over the last several years, and they're actually just like not seeing eye to eye, and it comes to a head in this movie multiple times. Speaking of which, the action in this movie is completely fucking awesome. It's not short action, there is just tons and tons of good action all throughout this film, culminating in what could possibly be the very best heroic beatdown showdown ever on screen. I'm pretty sure everyone's seen the trailer where all the Avengers plus some new people are all fighting in the airport and it looks like it's about to get bad. That is not a short fight at all. It is absolutely wonderful, and it does not fail in any aspect whatsoever. And it's just wonderful. It's easy to fall in love with that scene alone. Another thing I want to say about this movie is the fact that the conflict, as far as the Civil War goes, doesn't just happen right off the bat, like as soon as the movie starts. There's a steady and slow build-up to everything, where you see everything just looks pretty normal, and then you have an introduction to why people see this way, and then you have this slow, gradual, steady build-up involving the Winter Soldier, who's pretty much a huge plot point in this movie. And it just goes up and down, up and down. If you just jump right into it, you're not really going to feel all the strength. You're not really going to feel the emotion connected to it. No, it has that build up. It has to take some time. And the Russos did a fantastic job of doing that in this movie. New things about this movie, we have a new Spider-Man in this movie, and he, honest to God, was everything a Spider-Man should be. The kid is an actual teenager. He acts like a teenager. He sounds like a teenager. He's just the Spider-Man that we wanted to see on screen. Now, granted, the other past 5 Spider-Man movies weren't bad. Spider-Man 2 will always be my favorite Spider-Man movie so far, but this guy is actually the closest to a Peter Parker that we've seen on screen, and I love it. The other thing we've got to talk about, and we really have to talk about, Black Panther is fucking awesome. This is actually Black Panther's first official appearance in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and in live-action movies, and he does not disappoint. Chadwick Boseman plays the shit out of this role, and it's fucking awesome. He has some sweet lines, he has some sweet action, he has a pretty good intro story here, and it's really, really hard not to cheer every time he's on screen. But the main focus of this movie is the fact that it's not exactly heroes versus villains, it's heroes versus heroes, and that definitely is a new thing. It's kind of ballsy in this Marvel universe, as far as the movies go. And it's just really welcomed. I mean, it's not like Batman versus Superman where you just have one movie of build up. This has been building up for a while, and it's just so wonderful to see. By the end of this movie, there was not one moment I could actually criticize at all. Nothing in this movie actually upset me at all or irked me, not the least bit. I've actually planned on seeing it multiple times now. In the end, it was thoroughly entertaining. It was a welcome addition. It was a well done sequel to Winter Soldier. This, in fact, might actually be my favorite movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And this may actually cap off a complete trilogy as far as Captain America goes. And for all those reasons alone, I have to say this movie gets the prestigious award of being labeled a Diamond Ribbon movie. Okay, so Captain America Civil War. Have you seen it? What did you think? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Whose team are you on? Who's your favorite Marvel superhero in this movie? Whatever you think, leave me a comment below and tell me how you feel. Also, don't forget to check out my Twitter at AsteroidMike. Don't forget to check out my blog. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. Click on the links below or on the next slide. And as always, I will see you around.